Okay, here's the old expansion valve to this old Mercedes here. And there's a new evaporator core inside there. So we had a leak down here on, this is an old leak, and there's so much dust there that you could see how powerful this UV light is. It actually burns stuff. So you can't hold it anywhere too long because it will start a fire. And as you can see by the camera, it's quite bright. It's actually blinding to the eyes. And then here's using this UV light. Take it off to the side so you can see it so I don't hit it directly, so you could just kind of see it like that and then directly. And then with this UV light, as you see it come around, go off, come back, like that. Now this leak is so old and there's so much dust built up on it, you can't see, but the pressure switch is completely covered with dark dust and hiding the UV light underneath the dust. There's so much dirt buildup on that. And so that's the dash out of here. And this is a, what is this? 1995. As you can see, everything on top of the car. Station wagon. Now here's the evaporator. So let's take a look at the flow of this evaporator. So any of you guys who are older, some of you guys probably might not ever see evaporators like this that are tube and fin style like this, because they've mostly all gone to parallel flow, what is also known as microchannel. And as you can see in the circuit here, the large pipe, large diameters coming down, it's going to a common manifold, that big copper pipe right there, and then it's coming out to 5 circuits. So this is a 5-circuit heat exchanger. And so basically this is 5 separate paths. If you were to follow all these pipes as they go to the other side and loop back and forth, and then they come out on the far side and they all exit evenly spaced, and they go to a common manifold of pipe. And that's where the expansion valve comes in from, and it floods into gas right in here. And it takes each circuit, 5 circuits. That's where you'll have your liquid go in. It's mostly liquid. And your vapor comes out the other side, the other 5 channels coming out the other side. So this was leaking. And if we look at it, we could see all the dye right there. And if we look up the circuit, you see many leak spots going all the way up. So that's with our UV beast here. And then if we use our OptiPro Max, OptiPro UV Plus, we can see the dye there, and we can see the dye where it hits up spots here. And this is like 12 hours under the dash there. And then if we use the laser, you can see as the laser just hits, well, you can see fire starting right there. But as the laser hits just metal, you just see a little laser spot. But when it hits the UV dye, you can see that stuff really glow back. So there's nothing that outshines for UV reflection. This laser, nothing outshines that. And then, so I'll be looking for leaks here. I'm going to use the ultrasonic tester and be using some dry nitrogen first. Right now, before pressurizing it with dry nitrogen, you vacuum it first, because you don't want to pressurize. The atmosphere is in the system, it has moisture. When you pressurize it, even though you're using dry nitrogen, you will compress the moisture and it'll go into the oil and into the system, and then when you release the pressure, it'll flash into a liquid. So you don't want to do that. So I have it on the vacuum pump first, removing it, which I have it turned off right now because I'm seeing the vacuum decay. It wouldn't go down because there is moisture in the system. It's an old system and it was open to the atmosphere. And we do have the old receiver dryer. So now I'm going to fill it up with nitrogen. So I'm going to do it in a way where I put it down the high side through the expansion valve, close off the low, go through the evaporator, and come back and we'll read it on the low side. So open, open. I'm now putting it in on the high side, not the low side. it's going through. It's going through the expansion valve. We're now reading it on the low side. And I'll get this up to about 150. And then we'll go around with the ultrasonic tester, and we'll use the ultrasonic to see what the evaporator is doing. And it's a good thing because the young man working on here, you're 18? This is your first one, right?
Yeah.
This is his first car. This is what he's learning on for his first car. And kind of like the way my dad broke me in working in the business. And let's kill 160 is enough, more than enough. And we'll go around with the ultrasonic now. We'll wait for this to bleed down. If it doesn't bleed down all the way because the expansion valve will hold it back, then I'll open up the low side and bring it up equal. And yeah, this is a beginner's job. This is what you give your students the first time you want them to learn. This is the way to do it. So all you guys who see this as a nightmare, imagine this being your first car. So I'll do the ultrasonic and tell you what I find, and I'll hit this first. All right.